Hey guys, so my hair looks crazy today. I'm really sorry for how I look, but it is so hot today. And I'm drinking a White Claw. I don't typically drink White Claws. I typically drink Trulies. I think Trulies are better. However, this Ruby Grapefruit one is actually really good. Not sponsored, by the way, clearly. Okay, so this is the start of a new vlog. And I just got done with Court of Lions, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. There were a lot of parts I did like, a lot of parts I didn't like. It was just kind of a mixed bag for me, and I really hated the ending. It would have gotten a 4-star possibly if the ending had been a little bit better, but it just was not what I was looking for, so 3 stars. I am really excited though to like read anything else that this author puts out because her writing is really beautiful. So now that we've gotten that update out of the way, this vlog is going to be an ARC reading vlog because I've been approved for 2 new ARCs from NetGalley, and one of them is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. And disclaimer, this is my first V.E. Schwab book ever. I actually did try to read A Darker Shade of Magic a couple years ago, and I really liked it, but I just read it at the wrong time. Like, I was in a really bad reading slump, and it wasn't what I wanted at the moment. So I still own that book somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere around this house. And basically, this is my first V.E. Schwab book. We're counting it as my first because it's the one I'm going to actually read. The other ARC that I'm going to read for this reading vlog is She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd. So those are my 2 ARCs. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and She's Too Pretty to Burn. I think we are going to start, however, with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm super excited about it. I think it's gonna be really good. And yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do today. Also, I did want to kind of do like a small haul, just kind of showing you guys what I've gotten in the past 2 days. So I went to the 99-cent store yesterday with my mom, and I found this book there, and I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but I picked it up anyway, and that's Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. And I have loved every Christina Lauren book I've ever read. I've read, I want to say 3 of them now. I think 3. I think I've read 3 of them, and I've loved all of them. They've all been at least like, you know, anywhere above like a 3-star for me. So I really enjoyed their books. And I wanted this book when it came out, and then I heard some kind of like mixed reviews, and I didn't buy it, and now I found it at the 99-cent store, so I'm really nervous. But it was only 99 cents, so I'm very excited to read it, and hopefully I like it. I love this cover though. Every time I see it, I love this cover. And then the next book I got is one I actually ordered from a small Black-owned bookstore, and it finally came in. I'm super excited, and I'll leave the link down to that independent Black-owned bookstore down below. And it's called I'm Not Dying With You Tonight by Kimberly Jones and Gilly Siegel. I don't know how to pronounce that name, I'm so sorry. But this is the book. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a really good read. It's so much shorter than I expected it to be. Angie Thomas says it's an absolute page turner, a compelling and powerful novel that is sure to make an impact. Nick Stone says a vital addition to the YA race relations canon. So I'm really excited about this book. I want to see how long it is. Okay, so it's about 250 pages. Very short. I should be able to read this super fast. This I'm not reading anytime soon. Well, at least not anytime soon, meaning like not in this reading vlog. But hopefully soon. And then I got my order from the My Oh My Supply Company. I'll also link them down below. They're like a Disney brand, I guess. You know, they're not like affiliated with Disney, but they make Disney merch. And they did a Taylor Swift inspired collection. It's called the August collection. I don't think it's on sale anymore, so it was really only like a 2-day thing. And I even like, I marked it on my calendar. I made sure that I was like notified like 30 minutes before it went on sale, so I was right there. I knew what I was gonna get. So the first thing I got is this t-shirt, and it looks like this. So it kind of has something similar looking to the cover, and then it says folklore, and then it also says lost in the memory. It's like one of those Pantone things, and I think it's so cute. And then we'll throw that over there. And then the other thing that I got is this sweatshirt, and it says Roaring 20s tossing pennies in the pool. And it's so cute. This one is from The One, I want to say. That's the song, right? The One. I love this sweatshirt. I think it's so cute, and I love their sweatshirts. I have so many things from My Oh My, and I just love them. So I totally recommend this shop. And the very last thing that I got from them is this sweatshirt, and it's kind of hard to read on screen, but it says, I had a marvelous time ruining everything, with like some little like hand-drawn like flowers. So cute. I don't know if you can see that. Adorable. I'm super excited for this one as well. Something I really love about their brand, their company, is that they go up to a size 5X. So with a lot of Disney brands, especially ones, well, even Disney itself, really just like anything that sells Disney merch, they don't go up very high in their sizing, which is a little disappointing. And you know, it even happens on like the Disney, like the official Disney website. You know, their stuff really doesn't go up very high. Usually it's 2X, sometimes 3X if you're lucky. But a lot of times, you know, a lot of these brands are size exclusive. So it was really cool to find My Oh My like a couple months ago and find how size inclusive they are. So that's really cool. And going up to a 5X, especially in like these kind of like, you know, fan run brands, are really, really rare. So that's just so cool. And I love their designs. I have so many of their shirts and sweatshirts in my closet. I love them so much. So yeah, anyway, that's a total tangent. I don't want this whole vlog to be about Moms Co, but I love them. I totally recommend them 100%. Their shipping is so fast, and I feel like a lot of their things are priced super, super well. So totally recommend them if you are into like Disney, Taylor, stuff like that. 100% recommend. Okay, so I am going to start with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm so excited, and I will let you guys know in my next update what I'm thinking. I'm so excited. I don't even know what music I'm going to listen to for this book. Like, I have no idea. So maybe I might need to put out a tweet being like, hey, if you've read this book, like, what music do you recommend I listen to? I'm thinking possibly London Grammar. London Grammar is like my favorite band ever, and a lot of their music works perfectly for any kind of reading. So 100% recommend listening to them if you've never listened to them before. I'll link like their Spotify down below. I love London Grammar. They're so good. Also, maybe possibly Lewis Watson, who I also really love. So yeah, that's all I have to say for now, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, so I look really tired, and I am very tired. I have gotten 16% into The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and holy moly, the writing is so good. Like, the writing is absolutely incredible. I am like highlighting sections like on almost every page. It's just like the most beautiful writing I've ever heard. And the best part of it is that it works so perfectly for folklore. Like, literally, I can listen to all of folklore while reading this book, and it's just like, it's amazing. I love it. Oh my god. I'm like literally falling in love with this book, and I'm reading it so fast. Like, it started off at like, you'll finish this book in 8 hours, and then by the time I got to where I left off, it was like 5 hours, and I'm like, I've literally only read 16% of this book. It's so good. It's so good. I am literally blown away right now. Like, wow. So I'm really excited about it, loving it, can't wait to read more of it. And I have to go to bed because it is midnight and I'm really tired. So we are going to finish more of it possibly tomorrow. We'll see.
Just think about it right now. Everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging or painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. You're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Okay, so I have not updated in a couple of days. I know, I'm super sorry, but I just wanted to update now and say that I'm 29%, 39, 29, 29% of the way through Addie LaRue. That totally rhymes. And I am still listening to Folklore. I think Folklore really is the perfect mood for this book, which is so nice. I'm loving it. And yeah, that's like basically everything I have to say right now, because like, okay, I'm really enjoying it. I guess I can say that. I'm like loving it. I'm totally in love with this book. It might be my new favorite of the year. I know that's like really soon to say because I'm only like 30% of the way through, but seriously, I am so in love with this book. It's amazing, it's beautiful. I cannot wait for it to come out. It's just going to be the best. It's going to be amazing. Also, I did do my fingernails today, but they didn't really turn out very good. Oh well, whatever. It's my first time ever trying to do my own like actual like nails. Does that make any sense? Like, I did try to do acrylics, but it did not turn out cute. No, not cute. So I probably won't try to do that again, but like the actual tips turned out looking really cute. And like, I have pretty short nails, so like they just kind of look normal on me even without the acrylic. So it's just like, I should have just done that in the first place. But anyway, back to Addie LaRue. The writing is so beautiful. I can't believe I've never read a V.E. Schwab book before, because oh my god, it's beautiful. I do know that this book is pretty different, especially in like content and like plot and stuff like that compared to her other books. But now I'm like, I need to read A Darker Shade of Magic. I own that book. I don't know where it is. It was on my shelf. I don't know what happened to it. It disappeared. But now I'm just like, I need to read every book that V.E. Schwab has ever written. Sorry, I really need to read her books now. I'm like, why have I not read them? I also know that I have her other like duology. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put the book covers right here, but I also have that duology, which is so funny. I own like 3 V.E. Schwab books and I've never read her before, and now I'm reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and like falling in love with her writing. It's so beautiful. It's just gorgeous, and just I cannot wait to see where this book goes. I'm reading it so fast. Like literally my iPad is telling me I only have 4 hours left of the book because I'm reading it so fast. So I'm going to read a bit more of it right now, and we're going to see how far I can get tonight. It is currently 8:50. Yeah, it's currently 8:50, so it is a bit late, but tomorrow we're going to pick up my mom from the airport. So that's gonna happen, and hopefully I can get more reading done tomorrow then. Okay, since I'm already down here, I figure that I might as well update you guys on my reading for today. So I did start the arc that I have of She's Too Pretty to Burn. I think I'm about 20 to 30% of the way through that book. I am enjoying it, but I'm also a little like confused. I don't really know why. Like, it's really good, it's really fast to get through, and I really like the writing style. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the tone of Heather's without the comedy. Like, it's not as funny as Heather's. Like, there's really no comedy, but it has the same sort of tone as Heather's, if that makes sense. Like, there are some jokes in it, but they're not like super funny. They're just kind of like, oh, that's a joke. Like, you can point out on the page like, oh, that's a joke, but it's not like a haha funny joke. It's just kind of like a, I know in my brain that's a joke. But that's like not a big deal. I think that it's going to get better. It also kind of reminds me of Hello Girls by Emily Henry and Brittany Cavallaro, which I did not like. I hated that book. I think I gave it like a 2 stars. I might have been generous and given it a 3 stars, but I really genuinely hated that book. So I'm nervous also that it's going to be exactly like Hello Girls. I'm gonna hate it. Or it's gonna be like Sadie. I hated that book as well. Well, I didn't hate it, but like it didn't vibe with me. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. And there are a lot of things I actually really do like about this book. I really like that it's set in San Diego because I'm a California girl. I don't like Mick as a character. We're not connecting. And not even in like an, oh, she's unlikable way, because I do think she's likable and I can understand where she's coming from and like her whole thing. But I'm not into it. Also, why am I so washed out right now? Like, what is going on? Like see, now it looks more normal, but I know it's gonna get washed out again. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, that's kind of like where I'm at with my reading right now. I didn't read any of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue today, but I will later. It's not too late, so I'm definitely going to read more of that book tonight. And yeah, that's just like everything that I have to say. I'm liking She's Too Pretty to Burn. I'm pretty sure that's what the book is called. I really hope that's what the book is called. But yeah, like that's everything that I have to say. I'm really enjoying both books, but I think that The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is going to actually be like a new favorite, whereas the other book is just going to be like an, oh, I enjoyed that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know when I get further into both of those books and all of my thoughts. And yeah, well, I look awful, but that's because I've been crying nonstop for the past, I don't even know what time it is. Oh my god, I think I ended this book like half an hour ago, maybe even longer than that. And I am just destroyed, like literally destroyed. So, as you can tell, I have finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, my first V.E. Schwab book. And I could not stop crying for the last like 10% of the book. Like, could not stop. I was sobbing, my stomach hurts, my whole like face and body hurts from how hard I was crying. Oh my god, if you're gonna read this book when it comes out, just do me a favor and listen to Cardigan by Taylor Swift on repeat during the 50% mark and like the 90-ish% mark. Like, those are the points when you need to start like listening to it on repeat, and you'll know when you hit it. You'll know when you hit it. Oh my god, this book, it's going to like live in my body. It's like already living in my body. It's literally the best book I've read this year so far. Just 100%. I can't even imagine how another book would top it. It's like, it reminds me of how much I loved The 7 or 8 Deaths of Stella Fortuna. That book murdered me last year, and this book murdered me this year. Wow. So that book comes out in October, and I have a new book boyfriend from that book. Oh my god, his name's Henry. We stan Henry. He's literally my favorite character in that book. I mean, I love Addie. I love Addie. She's amazing. I love her as a character. I can totally relate to her. However, I can really relate to Henry, and I'm in love with him, and oh my god, he's so cute and sweet, and like, he kind of reminds me of one of my OCs from my Tumblr role-playing days, and his name was Darcy. He was named after like Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice, but he's not like Mr. Darcy at all. I mean, he kind of is a little bit, but like, he is just so sweet. He's like a little cinnamon roll, and we love him. And oh my god, that literally murdered me. It literally murdered me. Oh my god, like, y'all, that book, it's worth it. Go get it. I cannot wait to buy it and have it be like in my hands in like a hardcover, and I'm gonna reread it and it's gonna be beautiful. And I literally, while I was reading it on my iPad, I was like highlighting like passages, just like, this book is so beautiful. There's so many beautiful quotes. It's amazing. We love it. We stan. So that just makes me even more excited for the V.E. Schwab books that I have coming in the mail. So now that that's done, we have to finish She's Too Pretty to Burn. And I think I'm like 20 to 30% of the way through that book. And it was going really fast from when I was reading it. I think I only read it for like maybe an hour, and I already got like almost 30% of the way through. So it shouldn't take too long for me to read. So I don't know, we'll see how far I get into it. I might try to read a little bit of it before I go to bed, but otherwise I'm going to bed because I'm so tired and I cried way too much. That book broke me, but we love it anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed and I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow. So whew, we are ending this vlog here. Oh my goodness. Also, I'm so sorry that I look really blue. It's because I do have my laptop open right now, so you can kind of see it's like giving me a bit of a blue tint. And then also I'm filming this at like, let's see, it is approximately 7 o'clock at night, so the sun is almost set and it's just very blue coming out of my windows. So I actually just finished filming an introduction video for my fiction writing class, which I'm taking this semester. I'm only taking one class this semester, and it's my fiction writing course. I'm really excited. I have been meaning to take this course for so long, but it's always been at like 6 o'clock at night, and since I don't actually live in the city where I go to school, it's not possible to go to class at 6 o'clock at night and then get out at around like 8 or 9 because it's a really long class. And so I'm just like, I can't do that. I've never been able to do it. I have taken 2 other creative writing courses at my city college. I've taken creative writing. I've also taken screenwriting, which I loved. I love screenwriting. It was so much fun. I find that to be so much more easy than writing actual like novels and like short stories, which is so weird that like I'm not even like a huge like I'm not like really into screenwriting, and I've never been into screenwriting, but when I took that course, it was so easy. But at my school, I think you need to take 3 creative writing classes to get the creative writing certificate. I don't know how it works, but I was really excited to take this one because it's finally online because of COVID-19. So like I said, this video has been all about me reading 2 of the arcs that I was approved for. I actually got approved for 2 more arcs during the course of this video, but we're not including those in this video. So we just did The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and now I'm going to talk about She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd. I gave this book a 2 out of 5 stars. I did not like it. And I don't feel like 2 out of 5 stars is too generous. I really did not like this book though. Really the only redeeming quality for this book was that it was well written. I can't even say that the sapphic relationship was like a plus because it was so poorly written and it was so poorly developed. Just, it was not good. I don't want to give any spoilers away, so I'm not going to. I try not to spoil anything in my videos. I really try hard, and I'm so sorry if I ever spoil anything because literally I hate spoilers. So I would never ever spoil anything on purpose. I did write a review on Goodreads, so if you want to see like my full feelings about this book, you can totally do that. There's just a couple things that like made me a little uncomfortable, and I don't want to go all the way and say that these things are problematic or that this book is problematic because I don't think so. But there are a lot of trigger warnings that I want to give for this book in particular because there's just a lot of stuff that I was just like, ooh, that's really, you know, kind of towing the line there. First of all, trigger warning for dubious consent. It's like pretty, you know, questionable, especially in the beginning, because Victoria, one of the main characters, is very, like, she likes to push the limits with the other main character, Mick, and Mick is very uncomfortable, and it's like clearly shown within the text how uncomfortable she is with like the advances. And it's not only with like kissing and stuff like that, because that's definitely there, like that, you know, she doesn't really seem to be wanting it, but like Victoria continues to go towards that. But it's also with the fact that Mick doesn't want to be photographed. She gets really, really anxious being photographed. It like almost gives her like panic attacks. And she is like very clearly saying, no, do not take my picture. I don't like being photographed. And Victoria's kind of like, in her head, she's kind of like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care that she doesn't want me to take her photograph. I'm going to take it anyway. And I'm going to lie to her. I'm going to manipulate her in order for me to take a photograph of her. And then she like posts it on Instagram. It gets really big and like magazines want it. And it just made me really uncomfortable. And so I don't want to go and say like, oh, problematic, because I get it. It's a book about teenagers. It's totally fine. It's definitely not like a huge part of why I hated this book, but it's definitely some of the reason why. So I do want to like make you guys aware of that. And then something that also made me a little uncomfortable was the fact that there's a scene where they're at an auction and Victoria's pictures are on display ready for auction, and they're all of Mick, and there are a couple of them that are pretty sexual that they took while they were in a sexual, like, you know, scene. And what really made me uncomfortable was that Mick is 17, and I don't think that there's any problem with them taking those pictures. I think that that's totally fine, super healthy, and like that is not an issue. But my problem was that they went to auction, and like all of these like middle-aged people are like bidding on these sexual pictures of a 17-year-old. That makes me squeamish. That makes me uncomfortable. So that was another thing that I was like, ooh, we probably shouldn't have gone there. And I feel like that's it with like some of the more like uncomfortable parts. I will say trigger warning for like death and murder and stuff like that. I think that's kind of apparent, especially from the description, that that's like gonna be happening in the book. So that's not a big deal to me. What is a big deal is that it took literally over 50% of the book for any murders to happen. And I also was kind of like under the impression that the main characters were going to be the ones doing the murdering, and they don't. And I was just like, what? And then also this is supposed to be a retelling of the Picture of Dorian Gray. I don't know why that took me so long to say. But anyway, it's supposed to be a retelling of The Picture of Dorian Gray, which I've actually never read, but I have seen the movie. And this book didn't really seem to like hit the target as well. Like, I can see what the author was trying to do, but I don't think it worked with the framing of the novel. Like, I feel like if the author had decided to do Mick's perspective and then also more of Nico's perspective, it would have worked. But the fact is that Mick is kind of a really like one-dimensional character. She doesn't grow at all during the novel. She's pretty much just like whining the entire time. And like, she definitely has reasons to whine, but it's mainly just like so many of her scenes are just carbon copies of the same scene. So like, she's continuously saying the same things over and over again. There's no resolution, there's no growth, there's no nothing on her part. It's just the same thing over and over again. And it just, there's never any like difference in her personality. Her entire personality is her being uncomfortable and swimming. That's it. That's her personality, is uncomfortable and swimming. So I feel like if she had been a more interesting character, and if we had gotten to see more of Nico's perspective, who's like Victoria's best friend, I think it would have worked perfectly. Also, I want to say that I feel like this book should not have been a book. I personally feel like the author should have written a screenplay, because it would have been such a good movie, or it would have been a really good TV show. Like, I could see Netflix taking this book and turning it into like a kind of like Riverdale-esque TV show. Not that Riverdale's good, but, or at least in my opinion, it's not good. I shouldn't say that it's not good. I personally don't like that show. But I feel like it would have been like a Riverdale or a 13 Reasons Why or a Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, or you know what I mean? Like, it would have been a really good, like, kind of one of those kind of TV shows. Or I'm giving all of these different, like, ways that this book could have actually worked. And my third way it could have actually worked is if it had gone the route of being a satire. This book, I was expecting it kind of from like the cover and the description to be more satirical, but it's not satirical at all. It's played very straight. It's played very serious. Not that it's like, oh, the most serious novel in the world, but it's like for a teen contemporary, I can tell it's kind of told with like a Sadie sort of tone, or even like Hello Girls, which I feel like Hello Girls kind of suffers from the same issue, is that it wants to be a satire, but it doesn't know how to be a satire. And I feel like this book would have been so much better if it had gone the route of Kill the Boy Band, where it's like very satirical, it's very self-aware, and it's funny and campy. But this book was not any of that. It was just very repetitive, weirdly paced, and really the only good thing was the writing itself. The writing was actually pretty good. Like, I will say that, you know, reading that book was enjoyable in the way that, like, I liked the words that were on the page, but I didn't really like the way that they were paced, I guess. I don't know. But I think you kind of get what I'm saying, you know, like, if you've ever read Kill the Boy Band, which I 100% recommend, it's so good. It's very Heathers. I feel like if it had gone towards that Heathers, you know, or, oh my gosh, even Undead Girl Gang has that like very satirical sort of tone. I feel like if it had gone that route, it would have been perfect. It would have been like blow my mind, amazing, 5 stars. But it didn't, and I'm so disappointed. I really wanted to like it because it is sapphic, but the sapphic relationship was underdeveloped. I don't even know why they liked each other. They seemed to like really dislike each other, and Victoria was always pushing the boundaries, always making her uncomfortable, and Mick just always acted like she wanted to be anywhere else but there, and I was very confused with the relationship. It did not work for me. So unfortunately, it was a 2 out of 5 stars. I really did not like it. I really hope that other people like it though, because I can definitely see it being really popular, especially with the really pretty cover. And I feel like people are looking for a sapphic book very similar to this. So I feel like people are going to like it, and I'll be really, really excited for people to like it. I'm just really disappointed that I didn't like it. So, you know, it seems like it's going to be setting up to have a sequel, so that'll be interesting. I don't think I'm going to read the sequel though. It's really unfortunate. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just not liking. I feel like it's been the past 3 sort of like thrillers that have been like just a total bust for me. Like, I did not like Hello Girls, I did not like Sadie, and now I don't like She's Too Pretty to Burn. The only like thriller-esque novel recently that I've liked, besides Kill the Boy Band, which I read like 2 years ago, has been Monday's Not Coming, and that's it. Like 2 thrillers out of 5 that I've liked, which is kind of sad. But, you know, whatever, it's okay. I'm glad that I got the ARC and I didn't have to like go spend money on it, because I would have been really disappointed. But yeah, I guess I'll just end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you want to see more videos where I like read ARCs, definitely let me know in the comments, because I really enjoyed this, and I'm now at 60%. So I have 2 other ARCs to read, and then I have so many more that I've requested. I hope I don't get, you know, approved for a lot of them, but I do have 2 other ARCs to read. One of them is a Frozen ARC, and then the other one is a Sophie Kinsella ARC, which I'm like, I love Sophie Kinsella. She's one of my favorite authors. I used to read her all the time in high school. I love Sophie Kinsella, and I used to read her books out of order too, which is really funny. I guess that's the end of the video. I'm really happy that I did this. I loved The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It was amazing. And then She's Too Pretty to Burn was a definite miss for me. and I'm really disappointed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
Ooh, I thought it'd be me and you. Oh.